EastEnders episode 6857 spoilers. George Knight learns the sick truth about his past. Airs at 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday, 14 February 2024. George Knight is determined to find out the whole truth about his upbringing after the shocking revelations about his adoptive dad. Eddie Knight is due in court over an historic racially motivated murder, and the family's decades-long web of lies have started to unravel. Brought up by his doting adoptive mum Gloria Knight, Eddie was always distant with George and often downright racist. Not knowing anything about his biological parents, a young George assumed he had Caribbean heritage. Recently, Gloria made a bombshell confession to George that, in fact, his parents were Ghanaian. Childless and desperately wanting to be a mum, Gloria had answered a newspaper ad asking for foster parents, in a process known as baby farming. Gloria claimed that although George's real father had paid for the couple to look after him for a while, when all contact was dropped and the money stopped arriving, Gloria and Eddie applied to officially adopt him. After researching Eddie's court case, George was left stunned by what he found out, and he called Eddie, demanding to speak to him. Gloria and Eddie arrive at the Vic, and George tells his dad that they need to have words, alone. A painful conversation ensues, and George finally starts to get answers about his childhood and Eddie's racist attitudes. It's clear that Gloria and Eddie's recent reappearance in George's life and Gloria's confession about his true heritage are tied up in the court case. Knowing that George would discover they'd covered up the truth around his adoption, Gloria wanted to get in first and explain herself, as well as reassuring George how much she loves him. With Eddie's freedom on the line, Gloria is desperate for George to support him, and she turns to his fiancée Elaine Peacock. Begging her to talk to George, Gloria asks her to convince him to testify on his father's behalf. Will Elaine agree?
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của OK Spoiler. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn video tiếp theo.